I am on here a tiny bit late, but I didn't forget you. Anyways, how's everybody doing today? How's the fragrance world? How's the fragrance life? I hope that everybody's doing right, kicking out there, doing strong, being strong, and hope that everything's going all right. I'm excited. I have a little bit of money actually finally coming in. I can finally pay off a little bit of debt, and I could maybe put some money towards this soap company thing I'm trying to do and also work towards making tinctures and fragrance ingredients. And I've already been making um, some really rare flowers into some tinctures. So I'm hoping that y'all are excited for that. Again, I probably should wait to say these things. I should wait for people to pop in. I see one awesome person here. Hello, how you doing? How was your week, or how is your weekend? Hope that everybody's doing okay out there. Smelling great, feeling good, and staying strong. Again, I'm trying to keep up the tempo. Hey there, Gam. Good to see you. How's life treating you, man? What you smelling like? Anyways, I'm excited that I'll finally be able to put a little bit of money towards some of my dreams. Again, I hope that y'all are excited. I know a soap company is not a fragrance company, but again, a lot of fragrance companies actually came from apothecaries and medicine, or sometimes soap companies and things like that too, or florists like floral shops. So I think I want to start there. Hope that's okay. And I also want to put my own perfumer's twist or fragrance twist on it. And eventually, hopefully, I'll have the most natural, the healthiest, and the most, fragrance. Fragrance. I guess natural fragrance kind of soap around, and that's kind of my goal. And again, I don't want to put all my ideas out there because people take ideas and they run with them, and I don't want to stir up drama. That's not what I'm about. But it was about a week ago or so, but there was a little bit of a fiasco on Instagram. This is the second time a company has actually tried to take my name. They used my little logo of the half man, half horse with the bow and arrow, the little centaur kind of thing, and they actually used my name, Centaur. And it was a can. They made a candle company, and they were trying to rip off my name. And I guess the legacy I've built. I don't know algorithm wise on Instagram or anything. How I don't. I'm not definitely not a huge player. I'm definitely not extremely influential, but somebody saw that there was enough opportunity there, and I'd mentioned possibly making a candle company. So there's people doing bad business out there, trying to make a quick buck, and I was not very happy about that. I wish that I had $1,500 right now to trademark my name, even though make almost nothing off of this, so I could shut these people down. I wish I could, but hopefully we'll get there one of these days. Indecence. If I can even speak right tonight, indecence. Hello, Ben. How you doing, indecence? Indecence. Gam, go for it. Wish you the best. Thank you, my friend. I have big dreams. I know that there are already successful soap companies out there. There's actually French soap, if you didn't know, which is like a very hard soap. There and it's actually a real luxury soap, and you can buy this stuff. And there's a lot of people who already make homemade soaps, but I want to, put my own twist on it. Natural ingredients smell extremely good, and some people are more to the artistry. I've seen people make soap that looks like anything from sushi to pumpkin pie, and that's fine. It looks cute, but I care more about what's going into it, and kind of I guess the health aspects of it. And I want it to be in a really nice size for your hand. I've been testing my soaps. Some people have commented that my skin looks really healthy, and guys, I'm very happy about at least the results I've been able to get so far. I've done a lot of experimenting, and it's actually a lot more expensive than I thought it would be. If you're playing around with some of the expensive oils that you can put into soaps, don't want to mention them, but I mean, if you look up the oils, I'm not just playing with olive oil or cheap, but canola oil. I'm not playing with that stuff. So, I mean, olive oil can be good, don't get me wrong, but um, anyways, Indicia, it's good to see you. Strength, my friend, absolutely. Much love. Did everybody have a good week? But I finally felt a little bit alleviated. It's kind of makes you feel good when you can kind of finally get yourself out of a little bit of debt. Again, I really don't like debt. I can't struggle. Canola oil. I'm not trying to say canola oil is bad oil. I'm just trying to say that I'm trying to make, I don't know, a company that's has maybe better quality and maybe better health for you. I'm not trying to say it's terrible for you. For how economic it is, and canola oil is probably not going to be bad for your skin. Probably could make great soap, and I know that lots of people out there do, but it's not what I want to try to use. Let me know if y'all do y'all want really economic soap. I could canola oil is so it's I mean so much more affordable, so much easier to get your hands on than trying to source some of these much more expensive oils that I've been trying to mess with, especially when they're full organic. Organic oils. So, Abraham Johnson, what's up, Ben? How's everything going? I'm doing pretty good. This week was pretty good. Again, I'm finally getting a little bit of money coming in. I am super excited about that. Again, I've actually been, I don't know if y'all have ever messed with credit card debt. I'm not in anything extreme. I'm not in a terribly bad situation, but I just, it feels good to finally be able to get out of that just a little bit. So I am excited about that. Maybe getting able to move a little bit more forward with some of my dreams. So, anyways, how are y'all doing? How's life been treating y'all? Have y'all been smelling good? Let me know. Are there any fragrances that y'all want to talk about in specific? Of course, we'll talk about fragrance news with new releases and anything. Again, I don't want to bring down the tempo. I'm always a kind of like we're trying to bring the tempo up kind of guy, trying to make things happy and trying to make people strong and happy. And with my fragrance channel, of course, finding the best fragrances that are also underappreciated, the hidden gems, and great value for money. But anyways, I uh, I do want to show respect for Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. I don't know if I'm going to make it homage. Again, I feel like Steven over there at Red Essence and so many other people knew Brooklyn Fragrance Lover so much better than I did. I never really sat down, had a conversation with him. I never met him face to face, but he will be missed. He was a pillar in the fragrance community. Some people have other opinions of him, but he was a solid guy, and he did bring a lot of life and friendship and did pretty good things in the fragrance community. I think he'll be missed. And of course, it's always good, no matter who you are, no matter what your personality is, if you're bringing people into the passion or anything that brings people joy and brings people light and happiness, you're doing a good thing. So, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, he was taken young again. I don't know the situation. I wish I knew more of the details. Some people say have a couple speculations of how he might have been sick or something. I really don't know, and I don't want to get into that. But respect to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. We wish him peace and we wish him love. And I guess that's all I'm really going to say about him. Y'all know who he is. Y'all know his content. You know the work he did and the passion he put out there. So shout out to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. And what he did for the community. So and him and guys like my Mickers and some of these guys, it's a tragedy when they go young. It's a tragedy, and you know they're hopefully they're in a good place, doing good work and all that good stuff. So be at peace. Anyways, what's up, Ben? How's everything going? Again, doing pretty good. Again, I'm excited to be able to finally get out some little debt. Again, I saved up some points to get some gift cards, and I don't know when those gift cards will finally get to me. But when those come in, I'm debating between a couple fragrances. I might get done. What? It's not Dunhill. I always mix it up. I think it's Roberto Cavalli, Deep Desire. I've really been wanting to get that one. I've heard the brand is highly underrated, and I kind of want to get in on that business. And it sounds exciting. That one sounds like a great spicy fragrance. There's a couple of those Atkinson's fragrances, and I want to get my hands on some of those. So I'm going to limit myself. I still don't have an awful lot of money, but I want to treat myself to at least one fragrance that, I haven't been buying a lot of fragrances recently. So Abraham says, I know the feeling. I just paid off 12K. I've never been in that much debt. Honestly, again, I don't. This is a fragrance channel, but these lives are personal, and you get to know a little bit more about me. When I went to college, I actually worked the summers. Some people go to college and they blitz and they go through the entire time. I actually worked before college and I worked in the summer season, the off semesters, and I worked very hard, very, very hard. And I was, I did get a little bit of government assistance, but not an awful lot. And I was able to get out of college. And some people say it's a real blessing, I guess I was lucky I was able to get out of college really without any debt, but I went to a small college, not very prestigious, and I got a bachelor's, which these days, I mean, bachelor's is a accomplishment, but it's not much, I guess. I could say it is in business, but it's not anything too special these days. But anyways, I'm grateful that I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars of debt. I don't know what I would do, especially when it's, if you weren't able to get a job out of college, and or if, people right now are struggling. I mean, if you have thousands of dollars in debt and you can't get a job, or it's very difficult to get a job right now, I feel for you. I feel for some of those people out there who can't pay their rent, can't pay for their food. People are struggling right now. The crazy, and again, I talk about fragrance, which are luxury goods, and it's just something fun. It's not necessary exactly, and I always want to put that into perspective, especially when my dad is, he's building his collection, and that's how I get some of my hands on some of these expensive fragrances from time to time. When I visit him, when I get to talk to my dad, every once in a while he has these things, and I want to review them, and I find that they're exciting. He has some Rojas now, and I would love to be able to show those, but sometimes I even worry because I know that some people are looking for affordable fragrances. Again, shout out to things like Moschino Uomo, one of the best affordable fragrances, that's still kind of out there. It's probably discontinued, but and who knows when the price is going to dry up on it. But you know, I'd love to review, and I find it exciting to review these things like Rojas. But I know that a lot of people right now probably don't want to see me reviewing fragrances that are three, four, $500 plus. That's might not what you want to see. Anyways, yeah, everybody, we're a family here. Hope that everybody's feeling good and doing good. It's good to see some family friendship here. Ben Yamin, good to see us into the day, everybody. I've been testing a lot, but I had to go for my Rivolare. This stuff is beautiful from Fragranza, fairly affordable. I tell y'all that I love mint. You probably have to like mint to go for this, but I'm looking forward to spring, and that's one of my favorite spring fragrances. I'm already excited to wear that one. So. Abraham Johnson says, he was a very kind person. You never got to meet Brooklyn Fragrance Lover either, but every birthday he would inbox me on Facebook with kind words. Absolutely. And Brooklyn Fragrance Lover did that. He reached out, and he was a pretty darn kind guy, from what I could tell. I don't want to get into the details. Some people, talk about different things, and you can find faults and criticism and weaknesses in anybody. But I think we got to focus on the good that Brooklyn Fragrance Lover did, and he was definitely a pillar in the fragrance community, and brought a lot of people into the hobby, into the passion, and and did a lot of good. So. I don't want to focus on those negatives. Anyways, Indecent says, "Sent to the day, Jesus," I'm excited to, see new people rise too. And there's a legacy. Again, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover might be gone from this world, but he's doing something else, maybe probably something better. And of course, there he leaves a legacy. There's his influence, his personality, his vibe, his is going to continue on, for sure. Scent of the day, Jesus. Good to see you. Mystic Leather Nights. I have not tried that one, but it sounds fascinating. That one sounds good. And DC, it's good to see you. Everybody's being friends here. Hey, Jake. Good to see you pop in, man. How's life treating you? Scent Assault says, "Good evening, Ben. Hello, chat brethren. Yeah, chat brothers and sisters. How y'all doing today? How's Fragrance Life treating you?" Anyways, favorite Tom Ford. I get this question every once in a while. It's again, I'm not criticizing you, Jake. I just find it fascinating that people ask me every once in a while. They'll ask me Zara's. They'll ask me Bond number nines. They'll ask me about Tom Fords, and those keep coming up for some reason. I find it interesting. Anyways, and Duas too. So, but Tom Ford got discontinued, but Italian Cypress, one of my favorites. Plum Japonais, I think that's discontinued as well, if I remember. Tuscan Leather still around, and Tuscan Leather is absolutely gorgeous. A little bit rugged for some people, a little bit obnoxious to some people, but Tuscan Leather's definitely got to be there. Costa Azura, in my opinion, one of Tom Ford's best. And those are some of the best ones I would go for. The new reformulation of Bois de Jour is absolutely great. I haven't tried the new reformulation to their normal line of Costa Azura, but I'm excited to try it. It might just be a beauty and good for the price. The price is actually quite reasonable. I think I saw that you could get yourself a bottle, like a 100 ml bottle, for like 125 odd dollars. And if it smells remotely close, and hopefully it smells even better than the original, that's the dream. I don't know if it will. It's more affordable, so maybe it's not the same quality, but if it's even 90% close for $125 for 100 mil, and if you get better performance and the blend is possibly better, man, I'm going to be very happy. Anyways, hopefully that answers your question. If you haven't tried Jake, if you haven't tried Tom Ford yet, you got to try Tobacco Vanille. You got to try Oud Wood, even though I think Oud Wood's been reformulated to death. It's still a very nice introduction to oud and modern, kind of like masculine fragrances. A lot of people still enjoy it, even though I can't get past it being reformulated. I'm going to be one of those guys. I can't really go for the modern version. I really suggest, especially for the money, going for Oud by the House of Les Elixirs. The people who worked on that one actually worked on the original Tom Ford's Oud Wood, so they know what they're doing, and they made it warmer and spicier, and it's long lasting, and it's great quality. So I would direct people over there. But anyways, and Ombre Leather is a great one to get into as well. It's kind of clean but kind of dirty at the same time. It has this duality. Some people say it's smoky, some people say it's kind of herbaceous, but it's like a white suede leather. Ombre leather also is a big compliment getter, surprisingly. It doesn't look like it, it doesn't sound like it should be, but it draws in attention. It has that new car smell, but it has something rugged and very individualistic kind of feeling about it. So, anyways, Ben Yamin says, "Hi Jake, everybody's being friends. It's great." Ben Yamin says, "Amber Absolute." Um, I I don't know if I've ever tried the actual vintage bottle of that. I think I've tried some clones, and I think I might have tried a sample of it, but I don't know if it was the real vintage. Amber Absolutes, a lot of people say it was one of the best, if not the best amber that was ever made. I can't say for certain because I haven't tried it. There's one called Amber Absolutely from the House of Fort and Manley, which it's very close, and it looks like it was very intentionally supposed to be either a clone or inspired by that fragrance. So y'all let me know. I haven't really seen people compare the two or do a battle side by side, even though Fort and Manley Amber Absolutely has been out for quite a few years. Let me know. Help us out. And let me know if that is fairly close, because I have smelled Amber Absolutely from the House of Fort and Manley. But, anyways, Abraham says, "Scent of the day, Handsome Devil by Dreamhouse." How do you say that? Ikiro? I gotta try that. That sounds like a crazy fragrance, my friend. Do you recommend that house? Dreamhouse Ikiro. Is that Japanese? Anyways, that sounds nice. It means like a fun fragrance. So, never duplicate frags. Solano in the house. Hey, my friend, how you doing? Is life treating you good? And are you still reviewing? Let me know if you're still reviewing fragrances. Always a shout out to Solano. If y'all don't know, he's a pretty cool guy, still doing reviews, still doing his thing. And I think you are. Let us know. And he's definitely passionate about fragrances. So Benjamin, hey everybody, talking it up. Hey there, Tinshu says new Bois de Jour is great. Lasts long, but the Costa Azur is meh. Aqua di Gio vibes, not enough projection. So it doesn't project very well. Does it last decent? Does it give you 7-8 hours or more? If Costa Azur gives you 7 or 8 hours, it's yeah, for a Tom Ford, it was never the most unique fragrance, but for an aquatic, I think it had a good amount of complexity. I don't know if you smelled the original version. Some people thought the original version wasn't complex enough, but for an aquatic, I felt like it had a lot of nuances, and I actually thought it was a very good blend. The original, the private blend, I I hope that the new version's good. I hope that it satisfies me. I usually don't like aquatics, so if they ruined it, if they messed it up, I'm gonna be over here like, what am I supposed to do? In regards to aquatics, because I usually don't like very many aquatic fragrances. Ben, what's up, sir? Hey, original Dogman Castro in the house. How you doing, my friend? How's life treating you? Any new fragrances? Any new Monsaras? Hope that you're smelling. I know that you're smelling good over there. You're smelling it up good. So how you doing? A Red Baron says, "Imagine this: you discovered the best scent in the world that blows your mind. What is the most high price tag that you'd be willing to pay?" Honestly, I mean, of course, you want to say the sky's the limit, but I am not Mr. Moneybags. Again, I have, it's not even a lot of money, but I haven't been able to pay off this debt that's only a couple $100s, and that has bothered me for a very long time. And I mean, at this point in my life, it's hard for me. I'm like, again, some of y'all probably think I have lots of money because I show Bortnikovs and some some Rojas from my dad's collection, but I can't spend more than like 150, and I have to save up for that. I could spend more than that, but I'd rather I can find some of these 200, 250, maybe $300 fragrances if I wait, and if I save up my money, I can get in a really really good deal, and that's what I do sometimes if I do get any of these niche fragrances. There's also a lot of great niche houses that don't charge exorbitant amounts of money. I'd love to have another kerosene fragrance. You can find Atkinson's for around the $100 range, and they're absolutely fantastic fragrances. And sometimes you find some fragrances out there that are absolutely gorgeous for the money. There's Treachery. I got that one from Maher Olfactive. Encourage y'all to try that one. If you like boozy, patchouli fragrances, rugged, bold, strong fragrances, Treachery is absolutely gorgeous. So thank you for asking those questions. Anyways, I'd like to say that I'd pay the world, but y'all know I've talked about diminishing returns. The more you pay, I mean, you do get what you pay for, but take into consideration the more you pay, the less you get for your money. So there is it's just like I don't even know the right words to use, but there are break off periods with value, and for everybody it's different. For everybody, different things are worth different. But if you look at fragrance, if you're looking at especially with things on sale, once you pay about more than $20, you can get beyond the celebrity fragrances or some of the things that are really being liquidated, the really affordable stuff. In that $20-$40 range, you can get some really nice fragrances that are designers that are either being discontinued or just at a really really nice price. Once you pay more, then I don't know. 40 to 70, there's some really nice, also higher end designers that also kind of are on sale. Once you get to that $150 range, you're kind of getting entry level or good level niche. You're getting good quality. They might still use some synthetics, but you're getting, pretty good fragrances. Once you pay more than 200, you're kind of starting to pay to switch out synthetics for naturals, and you might not be getting to it, more for your money, especially if you just want to smell good. I mean, it all depends on you as a fragrance. I mean, we're all different people, but if you're paying more than $200 on a fragrance, you're paying for a lot of complexity and creativity. You could spend $40 or 50 or whatever, sometimes even $20 on a fragrance, and you might smell better than the guy wearing the Bortnikov that cost $350 to the average person at least. So it all depends on you. For me personally, even if I had a million buckaroos, if I had a million shekels, I don't think I could pay more than like $500. I don't know. Maybe I could if I had that kind of money pay more than 500. I don't want to. It's still scented. It's people say scented water. I mean, it comes from plants, but I know what they mean. It's still chemicals and water and alcohol and art. There is art to it. There's blending. There's creativity. But I mean, some people make exclusive fragrances. They hire perfumers to make them a special fragrance for themselves with like the most expensive ingredients and like ambergris and in the world. And I don't want to know how much they pay. They pay thousands of dollars for that stuff. But I don't think I could ever be that guy. I've never been that kind of guy. So I don't know. I'll say 500 is the most I'd ever pay. I don't know. Maybe if I had $10 million, I could do something crazy, but I don't know if I'll ever get there. I hope that, I mean, we all have that wish, that we have that dream. But, anyways, hopefully that explains myself. I don't know. I don't even like answering that. Do y'all have any thoughts on that? What's the most you would ever pay for a fragrance? What's the most you would ever pay? Is the limit on any fragrance or almost anything like that? Hey Benjamin, good to see you. Centralized. It's always good to see you. How's life treating you? Benjamin says $300 is the max. Exactly. I mean, there are. especially when some of these niche houses are starting to sell their fragrances in more bite size, like 30 ml bottles. If you're paying more than 250, $300, you're going for you're starting to go for natural perfumery. You're starting to go for high-end luxury that's almost like, braggadocious, like Roja. Rojas are good fragrances, and I don't want to beat them up, but they charge for their high-end stuff, they almost charge twice as much as they should. And it's kind of, if you have a Roja, it's kind of braggadocious. It's kind of like, having the money and smelling like you got the money and showing off that you got it. So I don't know. I've never been that kind of person to feel that way. I do really like Great Britain. Not that because I want to wear Roja or brag that I wear Roja fragrances or anything like that. But I think Great Britain is gorgeous, but it's $1,700. Would I ever pay that? Unless I had a lot of money and money was nothing. And even, I mean, see, the thing is, you got to keep into perspective. Even if you make a lot of money, you know that you can make more money or that you could help other people or you could do a lot with that money. It's, I don't know, what's fragrance worth to you? I don't know. I don't know if I could ever fork out the 1,700 for 2,000 bucks for a fragrance. That's just not something I can imagine right now. Anyways, everybody's being friends here. Great to see that. Original Dogman Castro says new picks or Club de Nuit as Siage Club de Nuit milestone. Oh, got the lot of the Club de Nuits, man. That's Armoff, right? Got going on the Armoff train. 1 million Privé. Okay, 1 million Privé is good stuff, and I heard that's discontinued. I don't know if it's true, but get it while you can. Armani Absolute, Invictus Onyx, all winners. Oh, okay. I need to try that Armani Absolute. I've been meaning to try a couple of those. There's like a gold bottle and a couple of new flankers. I've been needing to try those. I bet they're nice. And honestly, I haven't tried Invictus Onyx. I really in college I really liked Invictus, the original. And again, I don't try to hype up the fragrances, but again, some people in the especially in Fragrantica, and I love Fragrantica for what it is, but tried to kill Invictus and Dylan Blue and some of these. If you're a young guy watching me right now, you're in high school, maybe you're in college, or maybe you just want to, carefree, fun, smell good fragrance, and you do care about the compliments, even though y'all know that I'm not so much about that. Um, get Invictus, get Dylan Blue. Those were some of the biggest compliment getters and some of the most attractive fragrances that I could ever wear. And they work. They work, guys. Anyways, Centralize in the house. Hey, my friends, how you doing? Barry, been loving your vids lately. Barry, I almost thought you were saying that to me, and I was going to be like, "Oh, thank you," but no, no, that's cool. Evening scent of the day is Mustache. Hey, that's a great one too. Sometimes the price is on that fluctuate in the availability, but if you can still get Mustache for about 45 odd dollars, the EDP version. Again, there is an EDT version which gives it's more of like a citrus fragrance that kind of smells more like the original vintage version of Mustache. You get if you've heard about that fragrance, I'm sure that y'all already know. The one that everybody likes and everybody's talking about is the EDP version that's much sweeter and more mass appealing, and the one that smells like tuxedo. It's gorgeous. So I have tried. Have you tried any Musk Milano? Wore Petra today. It smells awesome. Want to try Tango and Mandala. Musk Milano is a gorgeous house. I love. It's not Hemingway. Monte Cristo. I'd love to have that. I would love to have that in the collection and Reflection. Those are the two that I've smelled from that house so far that I would love to have in the collection. That I adore both of those fragrances. Petra is quite nice. A very fascinating fragrance for sure. But I do have to, for me personally, it's Monte Cristo and Reflection. But that's a beautiful house and certainly worth exploring this year. If you've never explored the house of Mosque Milano, they do very good blending, and I think that they're excellent fragrances. And for the money for what they charge for them, I think that they're quite reasonable. Even though I think they're 30 mils, and if you put it to perspective, price per mil, they kind of get up there in the 400 range, but you can buy them bite size, and I think that's a real plus. So, original Dogman Castro says, got John Varvatos Oud coming. Anyone know anything about that? I I forget. I think my dad's had that. There's one in like a gold bottle, like gold and black, and there's one in like a silver bottle. I think I have tried it. I thought it was decent. Again, I like really bombastic, more Western oud fragrances sometimes, like 24 Gold Oud Edition is beautiful for to me. But yeah, the Joan Varvatos is a solid house. Vintage was my probably my favorite. From those, I thought Dark Rebel Rider was pretty good. And what's the one that everybody, what Artisan Pure? That's the one everybody talked about. It was pretty good, but for the money, they're pretty. John Varvatos is pretty good. I've never been super crazy about them, but they're solid. They're good value for the money, especially when you're building a collection and you've never smelled anything like those. And vintage, I think, does something special for the price for sure. Anyways. Solano never duplicate frag says, yeah, I'm still reviewing, just taking a break, just trying to pick myself. I hear you, man. I know a lot of people are still heartbroken. I'm trying to bring the tempo up, but definitely respect. And I know a lot of people in the frag com are still mourning, and I understand that. And but we still got to keep going on. Take time, all the time you need. Relax, meditate if you need to. Aromatherapy, with your fragrance, or if you diffuse, essential oils. I mean, do what you need to do, my friend. Maybe write him a letter and throw it in the ocean or tuck it away somewhere or burn the letter. I mean, there's lots of ways that there's different things you can do, but I'm here for you. If you need support, I mean, we're all here. We're a family. We're together. So at least I try to do my best to do that. Thanks, John. Just filmed the bling tag. Bling bling. Original Dogman Caster says 300 is also my max. I agree. Once you pay more than 250, 300, especially if it's a smaller size bottle like a 30 mil or a 50 mil, you're starting to switch out things for naturals, and you're starting to pay for the branding and the braggadociousness, and you're not getting that much more for your money. Are there beautiful brands? And I sometimes wish I had some of them, like Boadicea the Victorious, and a lot of their fragrances are around that. Some of them are around the 300, but some of them creep up there to $400 or $500. Would I like to have some Boadicea Victorious? Yes. Do I need them? No, I don't need them. Anyways, Ronald Japinga says Mustache EDP is a masterpiece. It's a great designer fragrance. If you haven't gotten your nose on that, guys, try to. It's sold out a lot of times. It's like Spice Bomb Extreme. Spice Bomb Extreme is sold out all the time, half of the time. And if you can find it, never goes cheap. You have to pay like 110 on 100, 110, $120 to get your hands on it. It's kind of crazy, and it's a designer fragrance. It's crazy how popular Spice Bomb Extreme is. It's absolutely ridiculous. Um, I'll be up there later this week. John got my backlog. Okay, he's got your back. He's got your six. My max is 200. I refuse to pay more than that. I hear you, Abraham Johnson. It's just, and again, everybody's different, and I understand that. There's beautiful fragrances. You can get beautiful stuff for 50, 60, 70, 80, $90, and you don't ever need to mess with niche if you just want to smell good. And you get a lot of creativity. There's lots of flankers. There's lots of underappreciated, forgotten about fragrances. You can get a lot for that kind of money, especially when some of these houses, again, coming out with smaller sizes. You can get decants also. It's like you don't have to spend an arm and a leg. So, hey, Dogman and Barry, everybody's here. Tremaine is in the house. What's good? What's good, Ben? What it do, playa? Love your energy, Tremaine. Hope that you're doing all right out there. Hope that everybody's doing good. Staying warm too. It's still pretty cold and pretty wet. We're in our rainy season. I think somebody told me Australia is kind of in like their summer season. I don't know what's going over there, happening or doing over there in Australia. I just know that it's cold and wet here where I live in the South. So, what's the most you ever spent on a fragrance? I've honestly never really paid more than 150. I have saved shekels and waited for the really nice price. I bought Moon Milk by Stora Skogen. It was a 30 ml bottle, but it was still only about 150. And I got a great deal on my Jubilation 25 by Amouage, which is normally a $300 plus fragrance. And I got it for about the 150. So honestly, out of my own pocket, I've only really paid about the most 150 at a time, and that's kind of where I feel comfortable. You get once you start paying more for that, again, you a lot of the times you start paying for the branding and for their marketing, and you kind of get less and less for your return. So I don't know. For me, if a fragrance brand is selling things and they're not putting much into marketing, they're putting everything into the value with the brand with the fragrance. They're letting the fragrances speak for themselves, and that's what they're really trying to do. And they're charging that 150 $200 price range, and they're putting great quality into it. That's what I like to see, and that's a lot of the times what I try to get, or like a name brand, something like Amouage, and get it on sale, get it big sale, a big 50% off. So. Anyways, Scent Assault says, I don't think I'd ever spend more than 500 on a fragrance, but never say never. Hey, exactly. I mean, hey, maybe one of y'all here will become really successful. I hope that I can do that. But anyways, yeah, spending more $500 or more on a fragrance is just so expensive. And it could be gaudy. I mean, it could be vain, but again, I guess it all depends on you. But again, I mean, do you need to spend more than that to smell great? Absolutely not. It's like, no, you don't need to spend it. It's kind of for bragging. It's almost like for pride, and that's not that's. I mean, keep it under control. So, Centralized says got GOF Trump or Sandalwood as a present. Oh, well, you got a nice Valentine. Somebody was nice to you. Somebody's been sweet on you, Centralized, and I've heard that's a really good sandalwood, and I do like a good sandalwood. So, I need to try that one. Some of y'all have recommended that to me. I also need, as far as sandalwood goes, I also need to get my nose on Sulper Niku. Been needing to do that for quite a while. So, Barry, you're welcome. Nice Barry. I've been wanting to get some GOF Trumpers. I've heard they're pretty good. Maybe like 250 for Frederick Mall. Frederick Mall does have some good stuff. I really like their Monsieur fragrance, which actually it feels like a fougere, but it uses boozy notes and patchouli and some warming kind of qualities to it. That's from my dad. I think I showed that on my Instagram. That's actually my dad's, but I would love to have a bottle of Frederick Mall that. And they also have one that smells kind of like Terre d'Hermes. I always forget the name. It starts with like a B. But anyways, that fragrance is gorgeous too. I could probably look it up right now. Uh, I probably should do that. It's like, Ben, what you're talking about it? Why don't you just look it up? So, anyways, let me see if I can't find it here. So, the Google is going. Anyways, I was told. Let me catch up with the comments. I'm buying partials of anything over 200. I feel you exactly. Expect that's another great point. Once you get in, especially if it's really artistic or creative niche fragrances, I mean, you really don't. You probably don't even need 30 mils of it. I mean, how often are you going to wear it? How often are you going to enjoy that fragrance, especially if it's artistic or creative? Are you going to go out in public and wear it? Do you really want to have it on the shelf? Really, just to look at it? 10 mils might be, or 5 mils sometimes, might be more than enough for you, and you can really spend that extra money towards other fragrances and really building up a collection. I like presentations too. I think presentations are part of the experience, but do you need, or do we really need this much fragrance? I mean, I try to be practical. Again, my collection is under 100, and I've always tried to keep it under 100 fragrances. So, oof. Barry, night shift. Oh, somebody working night shift. How is that? I've heard that night shift is very interesting. How is do you like night shift? Is it a fun experience? I've been tempted to do it. If somebody paid me extra to do it, I would. That's why I've heard you get a little bit extra money. So Centralized says, I was told that Privé is discontinued by George. The Fragrance Apprentice confirmed that it's still available when he called Pac Rabanne. Okay, so he did the phone call just like with Ultramall. Okay, confirmed it was available. Yeah, see that's the funny thing. Again, a lot of us are scared about a lot of things being discontinued. A lot of things might not be discontinued, but the availability is difficult. A lot of things are being shipped less. A lot of things are being are they're producing maybe less of things right now. So a lot of things might seem discontinued or sold out right now. It doesn't mean they're discontinued. So I'm glad that he shut down that rumor. I think when he called about Ultramall, I think that they're going to be selling it online only, and that possibly means that they'll be phasing out Ultramall. But at least for now, it's available online. So Ultramall isn't gone, but it's kind of limited availability. So, anyways, Fragrance Apprentice is always doing good over there. So Centralized says yes, Patrick. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day. Damn. Ben, I love your lives. Your lives is what makes you different from the other fragrance reviewers. I appreciate that. Well, I'm original. I'm to myself. You see my reviews. I'm over there. I'm like telling you what I smell and what I feel. I reviewed what was that nice tinned gold recently, and somebody said you mentioned this felt or smelt like vetiver, and like none of these websites say there's vetiver listed. Well, my nose picks up the feeling of vetiver or that kind of vibe or quality. It's not a lot of vetiver, and but it feels that way. And I tell y'all what I feel and what you might feel with a fragrance. And I try to be true to myself. So hope that authenticity comes through. I'm not trying to. I've watched other fragrance reviewers who say the same things other fragrance reviewers try to say, and that's one reason I started fragrance reviewing for a number of reasons. I wanted to hide one of the big reasons I started fragrance reviewing is I want to show the hidden gems. I want to talk about things that are a good price. I also want to evaluate fragrances if they're a good value or not. That's one of the things I didn't see happen as much or as often I would like to see in this fragrance community. Are there beautiful fragrances that are $500? Yes. Are they worth $500? Maybe not. Let's talk about that. Are there really good fragrances for $50, $60? Or when things are on sale, are they amazing? Yes. And, trying to help people smell good. That's one of the things I wanted to do. Also, when I watched a lot of fragrance reviewers, I mean, it doesn't happen so much anymore, but people will just talk about the notes. That doesn't happen as much anymore. We've moved away from people just reading notes, and reading notes can be valuable. Don't get me wrong. Reading the notes can give people some reference, but again, it's funny to see we all have different perspectives and memories. It's almost good to some degree to talk about how the fragrance feels and maybe compare it to other fragrances and what something actually smells like. Anyways, those are some of the things why I started fragrance reviewing, and I felt like I could put my own personality and twist out there. I'm glad that 15 people here are here listening and at least get some value from that. That makes me happy. Anyways, the Frederick Mall I was talking about is called Bigarade by Grawl. I don't know. It's probably French, but it says it's a cologne. I don't know. Think there's a regular version or not. It's made by Jean Claude Elena. I mean, hey, it might seem like a simple fragrance. It's like citrus and rose, grass, hay, and cedar. Some people say it's quite similar to Terre de Hermes. Anyways, it's really nice. I'd love to have that from Frederick Mall, but do I need it? Especially when it's just a really nice, high quality citrus fragrance. It's not terribly expensive either. You can find it out there for, is it 50 mils or is it 100? I'm double check. I'm loading a page. But anyways, it was like $180. Maybe I can possibly get that sometime in the future. Anyways, let me catch up with the comments. But again, thank you, John. Thank you for that compliment. It meant a lot. John says YouTube Mandala is great incense. I do need to try Mandala. It sounds great. Again, that's a great house, and I wish more people would try that house. Reflection is one of the more mass appealing ones I've tried, at least in my experience from Mosque Milano. So anyways, Patrick wears SpongeBob. What does that mean? What's going on over here, SpongeBob? What are we talking about? Watch out, John. I'm going to get that. Oh, you're talking about there are gimmick fragrances out there. If y'all don't know, there's some really hilarious gimmick fragrances from cartoons. Everything from like SpongeBob to like Pokemon to I don't know. I don't even know what's out there. I don't even know if it's real, but I've seen pictures of like a Burger King fragrance and I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know, but there's some funny business, and it almost tempts you to want to buy it just for kicks and giggles, so you can show it to your fragrance friends. So I don't know. Anyways, y'all got me tempted. Y'all got me talking about Frederick Mall. I'm tempted now. Y'all got me thinking. Frederick Mall, Cologne by Garad, Valentine's Day special sale on jomasshop.com. Retail price if you walk in the store, they want 290 bucks, but right now it's 180, and maybe they'll throw in some little freebie samples and stuff and be nice to you for Valentine's Day. Does that sound nice? It does. I shouldn't do it. I don't have the money for that, but y'all always get me tempted. Y'all got me tempted now. Anyways, Braggadocious, great word. I'm glad you like that. Well, a year ago I said I wouldn't pay over $100. Then I said I would only pay $1 per mil. Now I'm like, hell, you'll spend what, $2 a mil? Three? Anyways, 110 Victor and Rolf. Wow, that's so much. I'm in Belgium. Europe guys pay more. Yeah, they probably pay a lot of duties and a lot of taxes, and that's the sell price. 110 for Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb Extreme is actually people fight it sells out and people fight over it, and that's the sell price. I forget what the full retail is in the USA. It's probably maybe 130 or so for the Spice Bomb Extreme, and people will pay it. Oh, people fight over it, and they want to pay it. They say, "Take my money." What are y'all's favorite incense fragrances? Great question. One of them, again, the supply is drying up on them, but the Enrico GI, it's not the Nobile, it's the I'm trying. It's like the Gourmand one. I'd have to get back to you. Maybe I can remember. Let's see if I can find it. Anyways, Enrico G. Let me see if I can't find it. Anyways, there's a lot of gorgeous incense out there. I'm trying to remember some of my favorite. Timbuktu by Les Artisans has to be one of them. For, for sure. If y'all haven't tried that one, I'm sure that you've heard about it. Timbuktu by Les Artisans, really good incense. Y'all know how much I love my Jubilation 25, which has a lot of frankincense. I love my myrrh. I love myrrh as well. Pure Excess Night has a lot of it. Love that fragrance. What other incense for? Oh, try 100 Bond has a myrrh fragrance too. I got to show y'all that bottle. I got to talk about that. 100 Bond is a nice French house, I'm telling you guys, and they do good. Do a good job, and their fragrances aren't too expensive. And though that style being more natural and kind of watery, that French floral kind of feeling, they're one of the only fragrances that I would, people talk about going to bed like a night fragrance. That's some of the only stuff. Most fragrances keep me up, they wake me up, and they're sometimes they're too strong for me. It's not that they're light; they're actually for French kind of feeling stuff. They actually perform quite well. But anyways, y'all got me thinking about incense now. Maybe I'll have another something pop up. I'm not so much into Interlude Man by Amouage. That's a big incense beast, but anyways, this page doesn't even want to load. Catch up with the comments. Abraham, thumbs up. My favorite incense fragrance is Purple Flowers by Monsara. I don't even know if I've tried Purple Flowers. Do you recommend it? Is it too floral? Is it unisex? What's going on there? It's very instancey, you say. Interlude Man is a monster. Absolutely. The blue beast comes again with much wrath. Absolutely. Interlude Man is crazy. If you haven't experienced that before, it's a strong one. It's one of the strongest fragrances out there. Supposedly it's been reformulated. It used to be even stronger. Um, but T-Rex is also a monster out there by zoologists. If you haven't tried T-Rex, that thing is a beast. And I think there's quite a bit of incense to that one as well. But I don't know if I could wear that one. That one's pretty difficult to wear. Okay, so the one I was thinking of that's a really good incense for the money. And again, these are discontinued fragrances and the supply is drying up. There's not a lot of bottles out there. Again, I thought this brand was discontinued. I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know where you can find these fragrances. I don't know how available, but y'all helped me find something. Enrico GI, supposedly there's two new fragrances they added on Fragrantica. Again, I don't know where they sell these fragrances. I don't know when or if they're available. There's a new one coming out. It's a 3.4 ounce tester. With the 20 you can get with the 25% off. Again, y'all can get the 35% off discount code. Look that one up. But it's $23. I'm probably going to sell this out. I'm not even going to get it. There's a Sin version and a Black Currant, and I didn't even know this. This is real. This is happening live. I didn't even know that this was happening. Those existed, and I don't know the notes. I've done some reviews telling y'all the notes because there's almost no information available on these things out there. I do like Black Currant. I'm not super crazy about it, but sometimes. But I know that some of y'all are. So that one might be good. But the one I was talking about that's an incense fragrance is the Enrico GI Oud Privé. That's the one. That's a gorgeous incense, I'm telling y'all, one of the best incense out there for the money. You can get it right now. You can get the tester. Please pop up the price. Stop making people wait, computer, internet. Uh, okay. So you can get the regular for about $35 and get the extra 10%, so that get you close to 30, and you can get it $29 for the tester. And then if you get the discount, you might be able to get it close to $26. So that's quite a good price. Anyways, let's talk about get to some of the other questions and thoughts. Let's not talk about incense too much. Sometimes they cut down on production, some are discontinued. They still need to get rid of stock. I hear you, Centralize. That happens. And sometimes it's funny and you don't know what is available and what's not. Anyway, sometimes they cut. Read that. I ordered Ombre Noir from Issey Miyake. I've heard that's really good. That one's actually discontinued as far as I know, and that one I've seen people pay a lot of money to get their hands on that. Is it? You gotta let me know if that's worth it. I've almost blind bought that one a couple times, and when that one pops up, I know people go badonkers for it. So, anyways, um, my fragrance collection is 200 bottles. I have been in this hobby for 4 years and have walked my journey in all directions. Smelled over 2,000 scents. My favorite house is Amouage, and I have them all. You have all of them. Well, I'm. Some people think I'm an Amouage fan. You're the Amouage man. You are, and I do respect Amouage. They're one of my favorite houses. Again, if you're asking about my most favorite houses, um, niche wise, it's Amouage and Nichane and Ormond Jane. Those are probably my big three. Um, I would say Mansara, but again, to me, Mansara is gorgeous when they're on sale. If y'all don't know, Mansara's actually retail for 180. Would I suggest people go out there and buy Mansara fragrances for 180? I don't think the value's there for me personally, but if they're below 100, especially if they're $80 or below, amazing value for money. What are some of the other niche houses? I think Francesca Bianchi has some great stuff. Bruno Fazzolari. There's so many good, nice houses. Designer fragrance wise, Armani always makes mass appealing scents that always work. I mean, they work, and they're always gorgeous. I like Bulgari. Some people don't connect to some of the Bulgaris, but I think Bulgari has just about something for everybody. They're a great house. Again, some people don't like to call Dior, Guerlain, or Chanel. Some people call them designers and fight about it. Some people want to call them niche. I guess I'll put them in the designer. I'll categorize them that today. Guerlain's amazing. Y'all know their history. Y'all know that they got some real winners, especially with their high end fragrances. But even some of their new with the Les Instant, not Les Instant, the Ideal line with like the Ideal Parfum and some of those real winners. Designer fragrance game. I would like to say Mugler or Mugler, but again, their future, their fate is undecided. They've been bought out, and we don't know what they're going to change or if they're going to completely change the company or if they're going to be around. Again, I wouldn't be amazed if almost everything's discontinued. I would like to think that they'd be smart and that they would keep Pure Havana and Pure Malt. Maybe they'll dilute it. Maybe they'll keep it around. Who knows? But there's definitely a lot of changes there, so I don't want to say them. But Paco Rabanne, I mean, some people say they're synthetic. Some people say that they're a mess, but compliments, attention, longevity, Paul Rabanne, I mean, does not disappoint. So some people really dislike. They had a lot of heritage and with the classical fragrances, and they had some oak moss and some really nice gentlemanly fragrances back in the day. Some people really dislike that they've really embraced this loud, sweet party scene kind of fragrance, kind of attitude that they've kept up with the trends or maybe created and promoted the trends. Um, but Paco Rabanne is absolutely killing it. I think that they're doing a great job. So, anyways, let me catch up with the comments. Hopefully, that answered all of your questions. But I did want to put that out there for you, wonderful people. Anyways, what's up? Everybody's greeting each other. What's up, brothers? Cologne, Bigare, that's the one. Mr. Mr. Miami Cuddles, that's you. Sent a salt and everybody popping in. If I haven't greeted you, slap me across the face and say, "Why are you don't love me?" But greetings to everybody who's popped in, including you, Mr. Miami Cuddles in the house. And yes, it is gorgeous. That cologne by Garay, that one's gorgeous. And you know that I've Shouted out Ormond James at Zizon with you, my friend. That's absolutely gorgeous, especially for the gents out there. If you like citrus and you like gent scents and gentleman's fragrances, respect to gent scents the man too. But I mean, try Zizon. Give Zizon a real chance. Centralize. Hey Neil, everybody's jumping in here. I love that. Hey Mr. Mamicuz, love your energy. Nice content. Yeah, he's got a personality all of his own. You know, he puts himself out there for sure. Thanks, Benjamin. No problem, my friend. I'm here for you. What's your favorite Amouage? Jubilation 25, hands down, every time. I'm a Jubilation 25 fanboy. I guess I'm in the cult of Jubilation 25. I don't have a hat, I don't have a badge or anything like that, but I believe in Jubilation 25 and I love it. So. But Amouage has some nice ones. I did get my nose on Portrayal Man. I do like it. I don't know if I'm in love with Portrayal Man. I do like Mist Man. I would like to have a bottle of that. Do I have to have it? Not really. But I'm looking for the next big thing for me from Amouage. I haven't tried Enclave yet, but I did try Meander. Meander's really nice. You know, if I got a lot of positive reactions with it, even though, again, I'd like to say I'm not about compliments, that might push me over the edge to get Meander. It's a really nice sandalwood fragrance with some herbaceousness, some green elements, some mintiness, and some stuff like that going on. So, needs to make more summer frags. And Wash actually, they have their Arabic, Middle Eastern heritage, so they have a lot of incense, and they definitely try to make fragrances that speak to their investors and to the royalty and to these very luxurious people and very wealthy people in the Middle East. So I don't know if or when they'll make an actually full on citrus fragrance. That's just not something that's very oft commonly seen or very appreciated. If you want a fresh fragrance that's more Middle Eastern style, they give you a lot of rose. They don't really do citrus. Maybe there's not a lot of citrus over there, in a lot of those more desert and dry, arid areas. So maybe it's just not a part of their culture or what they want to smell like. I'm not really sure what it is. But the new Enclave and the Meander are a lot more mass appealing and a lot more approachable for the average person. When Amouage first came out, they had Journeyman, which is a very spicy, energetic, rugged leather, and they had like Interlude Man, which is an in-your-face, like dark incense fragrance, like that beats you in the face. And they had Jubilation 25, which I think is really gorgeous, but it does have it has a tiny bit of animalic, which some people can't deal with. It's a really strong incense fragrance. It's not for everybody. And when they first came out, they're just so full of personality. They just really didn't become, I guess, mass appealing or known for being mass appealing fragrances because that's not really their goal. That's not really their thing to please everybody. They're meant to please people who like their style of fragrances, and I guess they don't care that they're not trying to sell to every single, person on the street. So anyways, let's catch up with a compliment. But I do agree. It would be nice if Amouage came out with maybe a really fresh rose, or maybe they came out. I mean, they did make like Fate Man and some stuff, but like a really nice fresh rose. Maybe it was a little bit spice with fresh spiciness, or maybe they were able to do something that would appease, you know, the Amouage fan base, but still be fresh enough for maybe Western noses. I don't know what that would be exactly. I would. I'm not. I guess I'll spoil one of my fragrance ideas, but I would love them to see them to do frankincense, but do it with green hojari, which would be extremely expensive, and that might be in a tar that they make that they wouldn't even sell to the public. But they could do some fresh notes, make it a little bit tropical, maybe with fig or something. Again, I'm not going to spoil all of my fragrance. It's one of the fragrances I'm going to make. I'm not going to spoil all of it, but that's one of the things I got in my head. And Amouage could do it. Amouage could certainly make a tropical green frankincense, green hojari frankincense, the royalty, the most expensive frankincense in the world. They could do it, but I don't know if they want to do it. Anyways, I got 14% power. I need to catch up with the comments. We've had a great live. We've had a lot of people involved, a lot of friendship, and this is awesome. But so I probably got to go soon. We've been on here pretty much for an hour, though. We've had a good time so far. Burger King fragrance. Oh yeah, we're talking about joking about some of those must buy. If you want to smell like a burger and French fries, go get yourself a Burger King Eau de Cologne. It's out. I don't know if it's for sale anymore, but I saw it. I don't know if it was true. I think I saw Reese's like puff cereal or something. Like there was some kind of cereal like chocolate peanut butter fragrance or something. I'm like, I don't. This can't be real. It looked like the website was real, and it looked like you could really buy it, but I don't know if it's cursed. I don't know if you put in your credit card information. I don't know if they like steal your bank account and run away with your money, and then and I don't know, and then like send you this fragrance. I don't know. I don't know who's buying it or why they're making some of the stuff that exists out there. Centralized says, I want to get the Anchorman frag. I have the T-shirt. That'd be a combination. Maybe do that for Halloween. That'd be funny. You could carry the fragrance around with you, and like it could be a gag kind of thing to show people like this really exists, and people be like, "What?" Do love Beach Hut Man. Beach Hut Man is nice. It is nice, and that is on the fresher side. That is a good point, Mr. Mammy Cuddles. Jubilation Man and Epic Man. I need to revisit. Oh, I did review. I knew. I just had a mind lag there. Epic Man is nice, and if you do like oak moss or green fragrances, guys, Epic Man is not as scary as some people lead you to believe. It is dark, it is interesting, it does have some incense, but give Epic Man a chance if you do like classic, gentlemanly feeling fragrances. It does it very, very well. Anyway, Scent Assault says Sunshine Man because it's was my first niche, and you, uh, Sunshine Man's nice. Funny enough, I think I've tried the women's version. I don't know if I've even tried the men's Sunshine, the one for men. Don't know if I've tried it. Big Aid. Is that how? Okay, everybody. This just lagged, and that means I'm shifting from 4G or whatever it is to slower speed because my phone is about to die. I'm sorry about the lag. That means I'm about to go. I gotta go, and I'm glad that I was able to reconnect with y'all. I actually pressed the connect button to try again. I punched it like I don't know 10 times, 15 times to try to connect. So I'm gonna say goodnight to y'all. I'm gonna try to catch up with the comments really, really fast. Thank y'all for being friends. I hope that y'all had a good night hanging out. I hope that y'all have a fun weekend. Something good. I don't know if y'all are, again, I invite everybody to my Instagram, but I put a picture on there about a really fun pizza I made. I put together a great pizza, and it was a lot of fun. And I haven't made pizza in a while, and I did it all by hand. I made the sauce by hand. And I don't know what kind of hobbies you're into, but get into something. If you're cooped up